Hello, everybody. This is Hope, Mama Eagle, coming to you from the Eagle's Nest, founder of Shamanic Reiki, Earth Wisdom Reiki, Ancestral Mediation. Um, Today was so amazing, and ancestors are just cracking jokes like crazy. I had to jump on here because um, I was just watching a video by my friend Divine Maverick, and also was guided to post something a minute ago that said something like begin again, or it's never too late to start fresh, that kind of thing. And I know I pulled cards today, but the message that I got is really for the divine feminines. I mean, have masculine and feminine within us, but a lot of divine feminines are kind of like wondering. It's like, is something wrong with me? Is something wrong with my divine masculine? We were friends once upon a time. Why won't they just, or why can't they just um, pick up the phone, or shoot me a text or an email, or psychic pigeon or whatever. I don't know why, but it was so funny. I was like super, super tired. The battle that I did yesterday and all kinds of stuff, recuperating, recovering my energy, however you want to say that. And I laid down earlier, and I don't take naps during the day, but I laid down at like 5 o'clock and was awakened at 8:05. And I just kept hearing, get your rest because you're going to need it. All kinds of, let's just say, Cajun-esque comments about the fact that I was daydreaming, which anybody that's on this journey that's a divine feminine knows daydreams are not daydreams, right? And daydreaming about actually being able to playfully wrestle with someone who I couldn't physically knock over if I tried. B, isn't afraid of me, isn't afraid of my eyes changing colors, or my strength, or or at least didn't used to be. I mean, and whatever the heck was going on, it was just like given as good as you got kind of thing. And forgetting how amazing that feels, and busting up laughing, like laughing so hard, you feel like you're gonna mess your pants, right? Feel like you're gonna pee yourself. And it's just like, it was crazy. And I can't even describe to you guys what the hell happened. Like, I was, I was tired, whatever, but it was like, it was in the physical, but it wasn't in the physical, but it wasn't in the dream time. It wasn't even in, I don't even know what the heck, And even when I was awakened at 8:05, I saw the phone and I was just like, man, um, I mean, these journeys can be complicated, I just on their own. I mean, you're remembering ancient things, you're integrating, ancient medicine with modern technology, and figuring out, who your real friends are, and who aren't, and who's using your real friends to try and this, that, and the other. I mean, the opposition, if you want to call it that, the profane, whatever. I mean, great spirit may move in mysterious ways, but opposition can be downright, I don't even know the word for it, shady, devious, clever, that kind of thing keeps us on our toes, right? And it's like this twin flame ballet, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I just woke from whatever the heck that was, like, not even, wasn't nostalgic. I was feeling nostalgic all day, but feeling good. I want to bust out singing Nina Simone, It's like, where did that go? the friendship element, being able to talk with someone instead of about them or around them or under them or behind them or whatever. I mean, I know my back view is pretty nice, but it's nice to talk to people face to face too. And it's like getting to the point where if somebody can't even find the peanuts, to talk with me face to face, just as a fellow human being, I don't want to hear what they have to say. And that's not arrogance, it's just necessity. I mean, I worked with so many Hollywood VIPs, it's like, I don't care what people have to say about me, this and that. And yet, they're constantly bending over backwards to please people who aren't worth pleasing in the first place. And, then I kind of sit there and I think about, my friends that I do have right now. I mean, my fellow divine feminines, we can sit around, we can have a glass of wine, we can, laugh so hard, we do have to run to the right, it's like this easy, natural, I don't even know what. And, I think that, the reason that this journey is so hard sometimes is because most of us remember, at least a past life where we had that kind of, grace, ease, joy, and least effort with our divine complement. Those of us that were blessed to actually know them or talk with them on the phone or talk with them in person or share a cigar or more than a cigar. Um, it's just amazing. I mean, man, I sit there and I think of conversations that I had before, you know, complicated people started trying to complicate things for the wrong reasons. And it was just fun, you know. My buddy would call me like in the middle of whatever, and be like, "Oh, were you sleeping? You're not anymore. You want to talk?" And just, I don't even know how to describe it. Like cracking jokes back and forth and finishing each other's sentences. And, we didn't even know, well, at least I didn't know anything about 3D, 4D, 5D, whatever back then. But the reason that I'm recording this right now is that counter just hit 7:37. I have to switch hands. That's funny. Somebody's hands getting tired. Oh, geez. Don't get me started. Not after that wrestling, whatever the hell. Those of you that don't know what a dakini is, I mean, we're powerful people. Like, one time I remember I got so pissed off at somebody, I picked up a flipping recliner and I threw it across the room. Everybody ran for cover. My compliment would have sat there and said, "Do it again." I want to see you throw that across the room 10 times until you're so damn tired that you can't do it anymore, because he's just, I don't know, he's just him, flipping Superman or whatever. And, my guides are sitting there. My grandma's busting jokes, she's like, "You better get some rest because you're going to need it, And I'm just like, oh my God, after that whole wrestling, whatever the heck, and knocking clear out of my body and no idea where the hell I went and coming back at 8:05 and, knowing my phone gonna ring, my doorbell, whatever. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some rest. But they wanted me to jump on here and, tell you guys that the miracle is in the, I want to say, discomfort, right? Because if your compliment saw you as some, random fluffy bunny, vanilla coated, whatever, they wouldn't have any qualms about picking up a phone and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Or, "Hey, when you said this and this, it rubbed me the wrong way," or "it rubbed me the right way," or, "You want to go get a cup of coffee?" "You want to fly to Italy for a piece of pizza?" I'm still craving pesto. I don't even know what the heck that's about. But, if they were upset, they would tell you. If they were having financial issues, they would tell you. If they were trying to move from one place to another and felt stuck and needed your help. They would pick up the phone and they'd call you as a friend and they would tell you. So the fact that your person, your compliment, however you want to say that, is tongue tied and twisted, acting like their phone is covered in kryptonite, you know, sitting up at night daydreaming about pillow fights and picnics and all this stuff instead of typing ETA in an email or whatever the heck. It's because they're seeing you as more. If you're pissed off at someone, you pick up the phone, you call them, you chew them out. Like the Italians say, you speak your piece, bada bing, bada boom, it's done, right? But when you care about somebody, it's different. And, I talk about my situation sometimes, I knew I cared about my compliment. I just didn't know how much I cared about him until didn't have a way to physically reach him on the phone anymore. I mean, shit, if I had a direct message or direct number or whatever, I'd be calling him right now. I have no fear. I mean, to me, he's always going to be a friend before anything else. And, for me, I care about my friends. If I sense that they're in trouble, I'm going to reach out to them. If I sense that their kids are sick, I'm going to reach out to them. I mean, geez, I've gone up against the worst of the worst, to protect my friends and their kin, just out of the kindness of my heart, and sometimes felt like I got the raw end of the deal. It's like, hey, my family and I are struggling and other people aren't, but the universe always provides for us, and especially as an Aquarian, you're friends with someone before anything else anyway. If somebody's not your friend, if they can't tell you that they're upset or they can't tell you that they're having financial troubles, or they can't tell you that somebody's got them by the short and curlies and they need to borrow your scissors, or even just texting you saying, hey, I'm in the middle of a hot mess right now. I can't talk with you. I want to see you. I care about you. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for my kin. We were talking about this earlier today, that my daughter had a really hard time when she went into school because we have such a strong telepathic connection that half the time we didn't speak. I knew what she was saying. She knew what I was saying. I knew what she was thinking. She knew what I was thinking. My compliment and I are the same way. We could sit there on the phone and, he wouldn't be saying anything and I would know it was him. I wouldn't say, he would know it was me. We could be sitting across from each other and telepathically sending messages back and forth until the other person blushed, right? I mean, it is what it is, and it's beautiful. So it's like when you have that level of a connection with someone, sometimes it's kind of like, well, what if I say the wrong thing? We have this beautiful telepathic whatever, it's above and beyond these chismosas and scandalosas that think they know better than God and are trying to screw everything up. They can't, but they're still trying to screw it up, messing up their own karma in the process, the whole thing. And it's like, why are you going to mess that up by bringing it into the 3D, Well, when you think of a Vajra connection, then yeah, that makes sense. But when you think of a basic human 3D, tangible, instantly feel better once you talk with your friend, on into the night, laughing, crying, whatever, it's different. And no matter how Vajra the connections are, everybody's still dealing with shiz and fizz in the 3D, that they're having to transmute, alchemize, neutralize, whatever, into the 4D, 5D, 6D, all the way up to the 12D, I guess, But that's what's happening with the Lionsgate. It's so powerful because the Lionsgate right now, every time I say the word apex, I giggle. I think it's like a 50 Shades reference or something. I don't know. But there's a Leo new moon on the apex of the Lionsgate. So anybody that knows anything about moons, right? You got your full moon, you got your new moon. Full moon is when you release. Your new moon is when you magnetize the heck out of things. So even these people that, think, uh, uh, I am toughest man in the entire universe. I can resist anything. Nobody going to make me pick up the phone or whatever. You know, haha, guess what? Universe is going to be sending you on some astral journey somewhere where you come back and you're busting up giggling because you're remembering back before all that Bolshevik where life was just fun and airy and I'm hearing the term like easy breezy lemon squeezy. I don't know what the heck that is. Somebody want to squeeze someone lemons, I guess, but it's lightening up, right? I always joke with my compliment. I'm like, how did the Rinpoche levitate? He enlightened up. How did the Lama levitate? She enlightened up. How did the Dakini levitate? She enlightened up. How did the Rinpoche and the Dakini levitate, right? They enlightened the hell up to bring heaven on earth. It's not rocket science. So, if you're sitting there and you're just like, oh, my person hates me. They won't pick up the phone. I mean, I know there was a time I went through it too. Let me tell you. Okay. There was a time I'm like, my compliment ain't picking up the phone because he hates me, because he blames me for what happened to his kin when I did absolutely everything in my power and then some to save them, and I wanted to die. I mean, seriously, it was horrible. And then all of a sudden, one of the elders turned it around for me. And they're like, if somebody's just the person down the street or the person next door or whatever, you pick up the phone, you call them, you email them, you fax them, you whatever, But when you have a heart connection with someone and you know that they did everything in their power to help someone that you care about, and everyone else is trying to convince you otherwise and drag their name through the mud and take food out of their kid's mouth, the whole 9 yards. I mean, let me tell you, I went through it, right? It's like you start to see things from a different perspective. You start to see things from a higher perspective, right? And when you start to see things from a higher perspective, you can not only come at them from a place of higher wisdom, but you can come at them from a place of, what the Tibetans call crazy wisdom. It's like you're now liberated, Crazy Horse. They didn't call him crazy because his horse was crazy. They called him crazy because his faith was that strong. His faith was bulletproof. Crazy Horse rode into battle with nothing but a medicine shirt on, and nothing pierced him. He ran through a hail of bullets and nothing pierced him. That's why they called him Crazy Horse. That's crazy wisdom. In Tibet, when you start talking about, having a past life as a dove that befouled the shoulder of a High Lama that wasn't and still isn't, they're not going to sit there and look at you and go, oh, you're a wackadoo, you're crazy. No, they know that's crazy wisdom. That's sacred, That's why the sacred is able to transcend, trump, whatever, the profane. Because it has faith that it can. It doesn't allow itself to get wrapped up in 3D nonsense, or 3D opinion or 3D whatever. This person's going to think that person's going to say that person, those people can go smudge themselves. Half those people gave up on their compliment. They gave up on their dreams. They're trying to use other people as doormats and dartboards, instead of actualizing and realizing their own potential. So, I'm saying all that to say, if you guys kind of hear my heart, that those of you that are sitting there feeling like, you have a connection with this person and, you bump into them from time to time and you can feel they're wanting to connect with you, you can feel them laying next to you when you wake up in the morning, and even the sweetest, cuddly, whatever, you feel them going through it. And you're like, well, why the hell don't they just reach out so that I can help them above and beyond it again? It's because they're seeing you as more. They're seeing you in a different light than they did before. And sometimes that mirror exercise where, you just look in the mirror and, when you're sharing a journey with someone, let alone sharing a soul with them, you look in the mirror and you remind them, how you guys just started out as friends before you knew anything about, twin flame stuff and 3D, 4D, 5D, 12D, you know, astral, spank bank, astral peekaboo, whatever the hell, right? You guys were just friends. When they needed you, they reached out. Why did they reach out? Because they trusted you. Why did they ask you to help their friends? Because they trusted you. Not some fair weather friend that's just going to, be in and be out when it serves them. But somebody whose soul is just as dedicated to bettering humanity as theirs is. So I'm telling you, with this Lionsgate, if you guys have seen Lion King, Simba and Nala, they're royal, they can be royal pain in the butt too, but there's that family there's that loyalty, there's that playfulness there, and I mean, I know divine feminines that, the whole tantric thing is great, but they give anything just to have a flippin' pillow fight with their compliment, just to see them laughing again, to see their eyes light up, to see that vigor and that youth and everything else come back. I mean, the Tibetan monks don't call me the fountain of youth for no reason. It's like I'm a triple Aquarius. Technically, that makes me like 150 years old. I think I look pretty good for 150 years old. So I'm telling you, it's like that lighter side of things, So I mean, if you're sitting there, I mean, yeah, we all go through our hard days. I went through mine, a couple days ago, tears and all that, But then you remember, it's like, whoa, flip it. Somebody just said, flip it, smack it, rev it down. Oh, geez, I don't even know what the hell that reference is to, but great. I'm blushing again. Only flipping person I know made me blush over the phone is my compliment. He's probably sitting here watching this falling off his chair just like he did when I told him about that past life. I can't wait to see that man laughing so hard he falls off his chair again. Poor thing. All right, so, I say all that to say it's friendship, and the message I got about this whole, Aquarian, point A to point M to point Z to, whatever message, is that sometimes you just gotta let friendship be your sail. And sail, I mean, SAIL. There's always going to be choppy waters. There's always going to be storms. There's always going to be sharks in the water, blah, 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 But no matter how, scary, Vajra, whatever words you want to throw in there, a connection seems, it always originates from a place of soul recognition, friendship, laughter, joy, And so if we can kind of get our head, at least, our heart in that place where, you're not reaching out to, your, I don't know how to say, your exalted Vajra goddess, tantric healing, blah, blah, blah. You're just reaching out to a friend. You're not reaching out to your biggest hero in the whole world, can't do anything wrong, he's gonna fix everything for you. You're just reaching out to a friend. You're talking with a friend. You don't talk to friends. You talk with friends. And when you're talking with a true friend, they're gonna help you piece the rest and best together with Gracie's joy and least effort for the highest good of all concerned, because that's what true friends do. So if the whole, Vajra connection, whatever the heck is completely daunting, and you're trying to figure out, hey, why haven't I heard from my buddy? Does my buddy hate me? I mean, why won't they let me help? That kind of thing. Take it back to the beginning. I hear the original connection. And go forward from there, There's nothing on your journey that's been a mistake. It's all divinely appointed, divinely orchestrated, divinely protected. Even the biggest pain in the ass that tries to interfere with your connection is a synchronicity. It's somebody that helps you to get stronger, that helps you to get wiser, that helps you to get wittier, helps you to get faster. you know, um, it helps you to get softer. Sometimes it's not about the warrior, sometimes it's about the healer. Sometimes it's not about the healer, sometimes it's about the warrior. But if we look at it that way, and all the miracles that came together to connect you with your complement in the first place, if they're still showing up in your dreams in a good way, it means that the best is yet to come. And maybe it's not going to come in some hot and heavy, uh, uh, 4-day marathon, whatever the heck. Maybe it just comes as a simple call. you know Instead of I just called to say I love you, hey bon ami, what's up, how are you, where are you at, you good, I'm good. It's that friendship connection. So, next time you're sitting there going, oh, why isn't my divine compliment? Hey, buddy, how you doing? Anything I can do to help? How may I be of service? Because when it boils down to it, 144,000 angels here, that's why we're here. We're not here to service ourselves. I mean, we're not necessarily here to service, we're here to be of service to humanity in a greater way for a greater purpose. And you've got to reconnect as friends. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's like the Toy Story song, you got a friend in me. So, something's going on that you think no one else in the entire world could possibly understand. Your friend will, So you reach out to your buddy in faith, you say a prayer, let the universe bring the miracles. All right? All right, y'all take care. Love you from the bottom of my heart. If you need to reach me, direct message me, Facebook, YouTube. Somebody just said don't astral project if you sleep in the nude, okay? I don't want to see that. But, you guys can reach me on my website, which is infiniteblessings.godaddysites.com. If you're lucky enough to have my text message number, you can contact me directly. I promise your phone is not coded in kryptonite, okay? All right, I'll talk with you guys soon. Love you.